What's going on, everyone? Welcome back to the channel. It's your boy, Dad. I'm Dave, coming at you live from Germany, as always. And it is Friday night, my favorite night of the week. Why? Because we get to tackle all the wonderful things that are going on all around the world. Well, really just things that we care about in pop culture. Of course, I can't do it by myself. Y'all know I cannot and incapable of doing it on my own. So joining me, as always, the blue-haired mush puff all the way from Derby. The one.
Hello there.
The only
I just noticed the new intro.
Yeah.
Is that new this week?
No, we've used it for a little while. It's just that it's short, but I kind of dig it. You know, it's like I'm still debating.
You know, I've not seen it because I'm always looking at Skype. That's why. But I just caught it just in the corner of my eye, and I was like, "Hey, I like that."
I like it. I'm not sure if I'm in love with it, but I do like it. I like it a lot. It's kind of smooth. I've always used Sneaky Snitch. That's the name of the song. And now I always use that. I just like it. So I think it fits for the show. How are you doing? Speaking of fitting for the show, a little bit of hype for Ace Trainer Liam, shall we? Can we give him a little bit of hype? What's going on, pal?
Why am I getting hype? Wait, what did I do?
Just for being you. Just for being
get you. I'm doing okay. I just got off a lovely stream. Things are going good. Definitely. You know, bit of Discord drama, but it's all good. Don't worry. It's not in the main bulk of it, so it's in one of the more private rooms on the Discord. So that's okay. But you know, when you're just like, oh, I have to parent now. I have to actually go in my Discord and actually do something. But
I've got to lead the community. Cool. Fucking shit.
It's
man.
Nice. It's nice to just relax and just chill and be like, you know what, nerd and the joke. I want to get fired up about something else.
There's a lot to get fired up about, man. We actually got a lot to get into this week, and
it's been a good week, right?
It's been a really good week, and there's some interesting things that are going on. We're going to talk about all those things. But I've personally had a really, really good couple of days.
Oh, drum roll, please!
Because if you guys are noticing something, we're in HD. Okay, we're in 720p for the first time in 3 years. This channel and all my content is now in high def. Don't know how, don't know why, but I'm happy.
When did you get tipped off about it? How did you find out that you could achieve it?
Well, all right. So, you know, I've been doing everything on Twitch, which I'll talk about in a second as well. And I was playing Skyrim, and if you play it in 480p, it just looks like hell. It looks awful. It's just everything's pixelated. It looks like absolute shit on a
it's not really designed for 480p.
No, it's not. But I was playing it anyway because people wanted to see it. But it was, for whatever reason, it was even worse than usual, and people were complaining. So I got really agitated. I'm like, fine, let's just test it. This stream has just been absolute dog shit, so let's just test it. And I just went live in 720, and it worked. I was like, oh. What?
Whoa.
What? And
all this time, Dave, you've been saying, I can't do 720.
I've tested it. I think it's a new computer. Which I don't really
it might
know
be.
How, but I don't know. Because the old computer, I certainly couldn't do it because I tested it. And
so maybe it wasn't even the internet that was the problem. Maybe it was literally the computer you had just didn't have the power.
Yeah, I'm wondering if that was it. But the thing is, the speed test is still horseshit. Like, the speed test is still really bad. It's like my internet.
What are you getting up? What are you getting upload wise?
It's 1.3, 1.4, and like
it's doable though. It's doable.
Yeah, but not in high def. It's remember, I couldn't even go live for the longest time, and then Tommy and I kind of figured out how to do that, and then just
Jesus.
Yeah, it was crazy. So there's that news, but the more exciting news, which kind of rolls into one of the main topics of the show today, is I got my affiliation on Twitch.
Hell yeah, boy.
3 weeks ago.
The best part is that you missed it, and then you didn't stream for 3 weeks because you were away.
When I was in Chicago. Because somebody, I'm not naming names, may have went to bat for me a little bit, and I think it helped. Because apparently, after 3 streams, that was all it took. They gave me my affiliation when I was in Chicago. Didn't even know about it. It happened on September 28th or 29th or something. Had no idea. Just
Jesus
no clue
Christ.
that happened, and it got.
You'd only done 3 streams.
Yeah, I had only done 3 streams. 3.
Jesus.
Yeah, and then 2 or 3 failed ones that I did when I was in the States. They didn't work, so I didn't even. It was like less than 3 minutes. They weren't working. So I come back, and I've been just streaming away and doing all this stuff. And the other day I was looking through my messages, and I saw something about affiliation. I was like, huh, well, that's weird. And Twitch sends you like a really nice letter, like you're in a different class of streamer. We want to offer you affiliation.
Oh, they do. They lay it on fucking thick, don't they?
They do, and it's amazing. So boom, it happens, and it's absolutely incredible.
I mean, that is a difference I would give you between Twitch and YouTube. When YouTube send you an email, it's very kind of formal, almost patronizing, like you feel like you're being talked down to. With Twitch, it's like, hey man, you're one of the gang. How you doing? Like,
that's what it feels like. It's what it really feels like. I know we just got a donation. I heard it, but something is wrong, and I don't know what, because I just noticed my ticker is not ticking. And that is,
oh yeah, shit, your ticker is stuck.
That is bizarre. I have no idea what happened. It could be a problem within whatchamacallit. But thank you very much for the donation. I'm going to check that right now so I don't miss it. Code Lemia, 2 best mush puffs on a Friday night. Must be Nerd and the Jerk. Keep up the good work, Dave and Liam. Congrats on being affiliated, Dave. Thank you very much, Lemia. That was amazing. Thank you very much for that.
What a legend.
What a mush puff himself right there.
He's a great guy.
He really is. So it's been a really, really good week for like a multitude of reasons. And from what you just said, that's like the first thing. It's just like, I feel appreciated. I know they laid it on thick and all of that. I've been on YouTube for 3 years, man. 3 years. And I've never once felt like they gave an absolute dog fart about me. Been on Twitch and I feel like they care. The fact that I can interact differently with the fan base. We have emotes and all these really cool things that we're able to do. I love it.
I've seen your emotes as well. Sparxy made them, right?
Yes, she did.
So fucking good. Like I'm a little bit like my emotes that I've got are mostly made by me, and I'm like, I kind of maybe want Sparxy to take a look at some of them and be like, can you do this but better?
Oh, she would be more than happy to do it. She's right now she's already got 4 more ready for when I can unlock some more. She's all about it. I'm like, yeah.
Oh hell yeah.
Yeah, I'm like, damn, go. And
I'm sure my guys would like some updated emotes, I think.
It's always nice. It's nice to be able,
because there
to
are some
you
do notice after a while there are some that don't get used as much as others.
Right, the redheaded stepchildren of the emotes world.
Yeah.
Like, why aren't these loved anymore? What happened? Why is there no love for these emotes?
Damn.
All right, so the tickers are not working. I apologize for that, guys. No idea as to why. But I think we'll survive. We'll survive. But yeah, so I got to ask you, man, there's been so much that's been happening, and I'm sorry I got a little bit sidetracked by this whole ticker thing, but there's been so much that's been going on in the last couple of weeks with YouTube, KSI Neistat, dropping the bomb, then walking it back a little bit onto YouTube, Phil DeFranco taking shots. Everyone seems to be displeased with YouTube, and then Twitch is kind of taking shots. They went into the wrestling community. I don't know if you saw this or not, but they have partnered.
I've heard rumor.
Yeah, House of Hardcore. It's no rumor. It's official. House of Hardcore, Tommy Dreamer's wrestling promotion, has officially partnered with Twitch and will bring their live programming to Twitch. I mean,
that's pretty damn cool.
It's pretty neat and significant considering all the things that happens within the wrestling community on YouTube. Is Twitch taking a shot here? Are they making a move? Is this the beginning?
I think Twitch have probably it's interesting as well because it's House of Hardcore, so it's kind of the edgier side of wrestling as well. You're not talking your fluffy WWE PG family friendly. You can have a match with tables, ladders, and chairs, but no one's going to bleed. This is hardcore. This is House of Hardcore. This is old ECW guys still tearing each other to pieces, and for the bloodlust of the crowd. Yep. And it's like YouTube kind of went, oh, wrestling's violent, advertisers won't like that, even though WWE gets like Rocket League and Snickers and fucking Skittles to advertise for them, and stuff like that. Advertisers never like that, let's demonetize anything that says wrestling in it. Yeah. And then Twitch went, well, if you don't want the wrestling community, we'll fucking take it. Hey kids, you like wrestling? You like edgy wrestling with blood and light tubes and stuff? Here's House of Hardcore. We'll take it. If YouTube's going to turn away an entire community of people, we'll have them.
We'll take it. We'll give it to you guys.
That's the biggest rival that YouTube's got right now is Twitch.
Yeah, there's no one else that's even anywhere close to being able to get into it, and it's very interesting to see that Twitch is taking the shot that they are. I'm just wondering if there is an actual serious competitor now. You know, I just found out. I didn't know that Twitch was owned or subsidized by Amazon. I didn't know that. I didn't know they had that.
Yeah,
type
that's
of
where
backing.
that's where the Twitch Prime thing comes from.
That's where. Yeah, now that makes complete sense. Remember, I'm relatively stupid. You got to keep that in mind. Had no idea. No idea. I did not put two and two together. It equals 17 to me sometimes.
But that's a big boy. That is Amazon.
Yeah, it is. And they have the ability and they have the infrastructure with all the things that they have backlog to be able to actually, you know, maybe give them the resources that they need to be able to compete. Will it work is the question, because one of the big things that Casey Neistat was talking about was community, right? Well, community is not happy, even though he would not go that far as to say it. If they're not happy and Twitch is given, is there a possibility that we see some changes?
The thing that I find weird with Casey is he was going hammer about, like, you know, YouTube needs to change this, YouTube needs to change that, but he was really hesitant to say that anyone was unhappy.
Right.
That was a really weird thing. It's almost like he's such a big influential creator on the site. Like, he knows people within YouTube, but he's scared to badmouth YouTube, almost like as though he's got a fear of being exiled. You know, like at the moment, he gets the luxury of being on the trending page. And even though he alludes that he doesn't know how he ends up on there, I've got a feeling he's on there because he has a contact at YouTube who he says, hey, this could do with going on trending since I've uploaded it. Right. Or is even on a trending whitelist or something. But so I was a little bit skeptical of Casey's video. But I find it weird that he's very scared to say, I don't like what you're doing, YouTube. Yeah. He worded it very carefully. He was very much like, this isn't good for creators, as opposed to, I dislike the way you're treating us creators. It was very political, as you would expect from Casey.
Which I don't have an inherent problem with, especially at the end, because I felt he got it a little bit more pointed. You know, where he was like, you know, what you guys did here is wrong. I still lost money, and there's no getting that back. You know, and I like that he did go that way because he didn't have to. And the fact is he did. I like the video more than most did, I guess. I thought it was a little bit more pointed than some thought. But I don't like the fact that he did kind of tiptoe around the fact that there is upheaval in the community. The community is not happy.
Yeah. The community is furious, and I don't get how YouTube don't see it.
Yeah, and I don't know how Casey Neistat doesn't see it.
I still don't know how Susan Wojcicki made a YouTube channel, almost as though to say, I'm going to make a YouTube channel to show you just how easy it is to be successful on YouTube. And it's like, yeah, but you're the CEO of YouTube. Of course your channel's going to do well. You're a public figure.
Right.
If a public figure gets a YouTube channel, like when The Rock got his YouTube channel, it was like that thing skyrocketed better than anyone because he already has name value.
He's The Rock, exactly.
So if YouTube tweets out, Susan Wojcicki has just started a YouTube channel. Like, if YouTube tweeted out me, I'd gain some followers and some traction because people would be like, hey, this guy's been shouted out by YouTube. He must be a big deal. So Wojcicki to come out and be like, I'm going to show you, you know, my videos don't get demonetized. There's not a sub glitch. All my videos end up in the sub box. It's because you work for the fucking company. Of course it does.
You're the head honcho, you know? It's really ridiculous.
No matter what the algorithm does, she can just be like, make sure my videos aren't in that algorithm, and they just go up.
Right. And it just shows the way that she thinks. Because the way she thinks is that she's got everybody fooled. You know, and we're all drinking the Kool-Aid, so she could lie to us completely, and we're not going to even question it. Is she not paying the fuck attention to what's happening in the different communities? I mean, there is strife all over YouTube. People are not happy.
She doesn't know there are different communities. That's her fucking problem. She thinks that YouTube is one big community, which in a sense it is.
Supposed to
but
be.
At the same time, she doesn't get that there are sub-communities of different genres.
Oh, yeah. All over.
You can't put someone doing makeup tutorials in the same boat as someone doing weekly wrestling reviews. No. It's complete different content.
No,
and it's complete different audience bases.
So it should be complete different advertisers as well, which I've maintained for a long time. The business model that YouTube has is wrong. And I didn't realize until I went to Twitch how wrong it was. The way Twitch does shit. Now, you've been on Twitch longer than me, so feel free to correct me on anything if I'm being too sunshiny or rose-colored glass or whatever. Twitch seems to have this shit correct. With the affiliation button and the sub button and the way that things are divvied up there, it seems to make a hell of a lot more sense. At least seems to be a hell of a lot more fair. There is none of this demonetization bullshit because until you're affiliate, you really don't even have to worry about it, you know?
Yeah, and I mean, Twitch's adverts really, like Twitch's commercials are just like they're gaming themed mostly.
Yeah.
And generally, because games cover such a multitude of age ranges and things, it's always kind of appropriate for gaming content to be shown, because it's just the equivalent to going to a game store and seeing all the games that are available. Yeah. It's the problem is with like YouTube's problem is they seem to believe with their business model that all of YouTube is one demographic, which is completely wrong. Yeah. The millions of people that watch YouTube, the hundreds of millions of people that watch YouTube every day, YouTube's attitude to it is it needs to be able to be viewed by a 5-year-old and then anybody above that age, because then everybody can watch every video on YouTube. And that's just not the way YouTube works, because there are so many sub-communities, because there are so many different genres of video, because there are so many different styles and so many different topics of discussion on YouTube from all the, I think at last count, there was something like 50 million individual YouTube channels.
That's a lot.
Like for all those channels, for you to expect the same audience to enjoy content from all of those channels, it's just a stupid business idea.
Naive at
what
best.
It needs to be. Yeah. Lydia had a great idea, which was you sign up for YouTube as a viewer. You can't watch, I would say you can't watch YouTube videos unless you are signed in on a Google account. Yes. I think that's fair. Yes. That would be the best way of doing it. And when you create that Google account, you or your parent creates that account and puts your age in. If you lie about your age, that's your own fault, because as far as YouTube is concerned, as long as the age gate is there, that's them in the clear with advertisers, because it's like, well, we said that certain content can only be watched if you're 13 and above. And if a 7-year-old watched it because he was signed in on a 13-year-old's account, that's not a problem with our website. That's a problem with their parents.
Right,
kind
it's
of
called
thing.
Fraud. Absolutely, yeah.
Yeah. So basically, your account is made for you with your correct assumed date of birth put in. And then the content creators, when they create their channel and their content, I think they should put a minimum age that their content is available is allowed to be watched by. So for example, if I'm making Pokemon content, I would say 7 and up, because that's the Pokemon games are PEGI 7. They are 7 and up, right. Appropriate. So anyone under 7 isn't really supposed to be watching Pokemon content for some reason, right. According to the games. You know, go by what the games are listed as. Now, for those creators, I think if you set your age to 7 and below, I think it should be possible for then someone to report that content if it's not age appropriate. Sure. If it's, oh, actually, you know, a person reports it and says, this isn't suitable for 7 and up. This person's content or this video in particular is suitable for 13 and up. Like you'd set one of the other categories, one of the other age ranges. And then YouTube then would review that content and go, actually, yeah, looking at the content, it's 13 and up, in which case they would then say to you, we suggest you change this video to this. Failure to change your video to this will result in, I don't know, maybe a strike or something, I don't know, and 3 strikes and you're out is still fair, I think.
Yeah, I think it's absolutely fair, yeah.
But obviously, much with the limited or no ad situation, you could then appeal it and get a human to take a look at it and say, actually, it's still appropriate for 7 and above or whatever. Yeah. And then, depending what category you're in, adverts that advertisers have chosen to be on certain content can come in, and like the developers of Call of Duty, like Activision, can come in and say, I think it's Activision, isn't it? They can come in and go, right, our game is for 18 and up. So we want our game to only show on content that is available for people 18 and over. Right. So then the people whose content at the moment is what's it called? It's just like mature content, isn't it? It's classed as.
Yeah, it's classed as mature, yeah.
Yeah, basically all those ads for Activision go to the YouTube users who, believe it or not, YouTube do exist, that are aged 18 and above. Yes. So then it's age appropriate advertising, and the content is the content is appropriate to what's being advertised. And it's so the advertisers can't be unhappy. Yeah, and then the advertising that's for everybody, let's say it's the family friendly channels where it's only, you know, it's like Coca-Cola and people like that. Their adverts could then only show on the videos that are advertised as being available for 7 and up. Mm-hmm. Because it's still people who are 18 and over will still see those adverts, but people who are 7 and up will see those ads because it's on 7+ content. Like that, it makes sense to me. Like it's a great idea. Like Lydia is a fucking genius for thinking of that. But why isn't someone at YouTube thinking of that? Make channels set a minimum age for their content. If they're lying about it, they can be called out on it and they can be shown no, because this video doesn't meet that criteria. But it still means at each level of this criteria, at each of these age ranges, there are still advertisers that approve of that age range and are happy for their content to be shown before it. Much in the way that when you go and watch an R-rated movie, like the Deadpool movie that came out, there were advertisers who would have had adverts shown before that movie, where a guy kills another guy with 2 katanas and lifts his corpse into the air. That still had advertisers advertised before it. And those advertisers that are happy for their adverts to be shown before that kind of content can go onto YouTube and can be shown before the 18+ audience. Simple as that.
Yeah.
How is it that for a multi-million-dollar company to think of that?
I think you could even go a little bit easier with it too. I think this actually doesn't even have to be done from the YouTube side. I'm kind of surprised that it hasn't already been done from an advertiser side, because we have this already similar to the TV market. And like we in mainstream media, this already happens as far as the advertisers basically go to the goddamn content that they want to be a part of. Sometimes it's by network, depending on which block of whatever type of age that block is, and they'll advertise accordingly during that block. And sometimes it'll be show specific because you want to be on the hottest shows or whatever. That was the one thing I liked most about what KSI Neistat said in his video. The one thing that I thought that made the most sense to me was, if they're not going to change and go to a system like you just said, or go to a system where the advertisers can choose which block of age range that their ads are being shown on, well, at least give us a marketplace that maybe, if our stuff is, let's say yours and mine is already getting that yellow icon of death, so we're not making money anymore, so we have absolutely no reason to want to be here on an every single day basis, right? So why not give us a tool, a marketplace where we can, I don't know, talk to the advertisers who would be willing. Maybe they can put themselves in a marketplace where we could go and just have them on my goddamn channel. You know what I mean? We can actually go to them and they can put their ads on our videos. You know, it would be in bulk, it'd be in community, whatever. You could do it a whole bunch of different ways, but it gives us so many more tools to be able to do it that way.
Yeah, the only difficulty with that system is the advertisers themselves would then be bombarded with notifications from like 50 million channels going, hey, can you advertise for us? Like,
hey, we just created new jobs, Liam. That's what we just did. Because
that's
guess
true.
What?
Yeah,
we just created a new fucking job system for these people.
A new task force.
Yes. Because you think about it, I mean, there could be media relations for the different advertising companies that just deal with YouTubers. That's all they deal with. It's what they're supposed to be dealing with. That's their whole fucking job. So they can answer these things. They can look at the channel. It takes seconds. It doesn't take long to figure out, hey, okay, these fit the criteria we want. We'll advertise with them. Bang! Problem solved that simply. And that's what I like most about what KSI said, but it's not happening. It's not, and I don't know if it's because what Tommy says. I don't know if it's because YouTube is trying to push out all of the people who were here before. I have no idea about that. Like, you can't see into the heart. I think that there's some evidence that you can make that argument. I think Tommy did a very good job of making that argument.
The thing with Tommy's argument as well, like it kind of a lot of people's arguments against what Tommy's saying, I disagree with, which is that they're going, yeah, but if they push out all the original creators, then people will just not watch YouTube anymore. That's not true. No. People are instinctively. People don't choose to go and watch YouTube anymore. They instinctively go, I want to watch a video. Where can I watch a video? Oh, straight to YouTube without even thinking. Yep. And it's like, so if all the original creators, so if like people like Philly D and people like KSI Neistat, they've been on the platform for like 10 years. If they leave, people might go with them, but they won't stop coming to YouTube, and YouTube knows that. That's why they want the people like Jimmy Kimmel and everybody and James Corden to come and do all their shows on YouTube, and Kevin Hart. Like,
I'm wondering how long it will take though, because I mean, there's a lot of upheaval right now within the different viewing communities about the fact that the original content that made YouTube kind of special is going away, and they don't want regular TV on YouTube. If that's all it becomes, well, maybe YouTube doesn't survive the way that some people think it does. It might take a little bit of time for people to get tired of it, but if it's just another alternative to television, that's just another television.
If YouTube changes their ways and starts thinking about the creator first and what brought them to the dance, then YouTube will survive for an indefinite amount of time.
Sure.
if YouTube allows itself to be coerced into becoming television by the advertisers, YouTube will crumble in less than a decade.
I agree with that.
Simple as. As soon as YouTube becomes mainstream TV, because it's not like at the moment, YouTube is a platform where you watch a video, there's an ad that plays before it. Companies or creators can choose to have mid-roll ads if their video is over 10 minutes. Sure. I feel like if YouTube gets to a point where it's becoming more like television, I could see very easily non-skippable ads becoming the norm. Yeah. And I think we'll get to a point where for every 5 to 10 minutes of YouTube content you watch, you will get, not chosen by the creator and not chosen by anyone in particular, an automated set of 3 or 4 ads in a row before you can then watch the next bit of content. I can see that. That's what YouTube will become in the next few years if they don't put the brakes on it now.
And that will turn people away.
What they need to fucking do is they need to stop worrying about the advertisers. They need to stop going, oh, we've upset Pepsi, we've upset Coke. What are we going to do? If we lose those advertisers and we don't bow to their demands on how our website should be run, what are we going to do? If Coke and Pepsi don't want to advertise on this platform because they're not happy with your business model, YouTube, you know what you do? You go to the other billion companies across the world and you go, hey, do you want advertising? Coke and Pepsi have left, so we're dropping the rates a little bit. Would you like to be advertised on the single biggest advertising platform in the entire free world? And they'll go, yeah, sure. We couldn't afford it before because Pepsi and Coke were outbidding us, but sure, we'll do it.
And then eventually Coke and Pepsi will come back in because they realize that they're not as needed as they were. That's what I thought was going to happen when Pepsi and Coke and all them were pulling out. That's exactly what I thought was going to happen.
Coke and Pepsi will learn one day that they can't afford to not have over 500 million sets of eyes on their products every day.
Yeah.
Because let's face it, if Coke and Pepsi stopped advertising on YouTube and this other brand new soda company came out of the woodwork and was just like, well, if they're not on YouTube, we're going to advertise on YouTube, you could fucking bet there'd be a third person in this rivalry.
Oh, absolutely.
I guarantee, if a company was exclusively advertising on YouTube and Coke and Pepsi were refusing to, that company could rival them. We could be talking in 10 years' time about, I don't know, like CJ Cola. It's a made-up company, but who knows? It'd be like, you remember when it just people will say, do you remember when it used to be Coke versus Pepsi? And they're like, no, it's always been Coke versus CJ.
Right.
Like, you know what I mean? I don't know, we're fucking CJ. I think I've been playing too much Grand Theft Auto.
You might have. Holy shit. That's fantastic.
But heaven fucking knows I ain't been playing it. Oh, I blurred myself. Heaven knows I ain't playing it on YouTube. I ain't playing it on YouTube because I'll get demonetized.
Right. I mean, it's just like, that's the thing too. And I think one of the biggest things that is easiest to make a case for what Tommy was saying about like them wanting to push everybody off is because the problem is so easily fixable. And when it keeps getting, this is an easy thing to fix, man. I mean, it really is. This is not a difficult thing to fix at all. Especially, you know, something I've used in the past was the whole money argument. The fact is, you know, they've never been profitable and all this stuff, which is even hard to kind of get into because the numbers are so ambiguous anyway. But the fact is, when we're not talking about millions or hundreds of millions, we are talking about billions at play here. So it's negligible. Yeah. Even if they're almost breaking even, we're talking about a negligible number when it really comes down to it. So I don't really think there's even much to that debate anymore.
Yeah, it's like, oh, this year we only made 4 billion when, you know, on top of the 3 million that we spent, 3 billion that we spent. And it's like, yeah, but you still made $1 billion in profit. Like
right now, there are some that are evaluating YouTube at $40 billion. $40 billion is what it's being valued at by some estimates at this point. It's hard to really get into
spending
the actual
30.
Numbers. Right. You know, it's just, to me, it's because it's so easily fixable. And the fact that they keep ignoring it, I keep going back to that whole thing that it might make sense what Tommy's saying. But even when you just take out all of that, when we look at it from a creator standpoint, from what we do, like you just said, you're not streaming Grand Theft Auto because you know there's no reason for you to do it. So you're going to go to Twitch. There is no reason for you to go on YouTube anymore. I am feeling it right now, and I'm barely on Twitch. I just got on Twitch myself, just got affiliated, and I'm already feeling not motivated to be here. What incentive do I have to be here on YouTube? What's the point?
I mean, the thing is, Twitch currently has like they have vodcasts, which is video on demand, where you can like schedule your past broadcasts to play, so people can go and watch it. You can chat with them while they're watching it back, which I still find I find it a really weird fucking concept. Like, instead of being interactive in a live stream, you're gonna interact with your audience watching back your interactive live stream. So you're gonna watch yourself talking to the audience that was there live whilst interacting in the chat with the audience that isn't there. It doesn't make sense to me. But one thing that Twitch is probably, I think, only a year or so away from is going, we are bringing in on-demand content. Our business partner, Amazon, has given us a lot of money to invest in on-demand content. Yeah. If you have a nicely made, edited video and you want to put it on your Twitch channel, in your Twitch feed for people to see, we are now doing Twitch, like Twitch, like just on-demand video, like not vodcasts, not like old streams being played, but actual produced content. Even if it is let's plays, like even if it's a 30-minute let's play episode that someone can upload every day, Twitch will, if they do that, YouTube will fucking rot. Yeah, because everyone will go to Twitch. You've got, I mean, fucking even like what you got to think, when Colossal is crazy is now on Twitch. Yeah, and he's regularly streaming on Twitch. What motivation has he got to make new YouTube videos?
He's got no motivation.
He's already sort of he's doing what I'm doing, which is he's uploading everything that he does on YouTube to VidMe just in case.
Just in case, yeah.
Just in case. I mean, VidMe, it's one of those websites, like, no offense, VidMe, I fucking love you because you've been really welcoming to me, but I don't see you going anywhere unless they get Amazon backing them. Or if Amazon buys VidMe, that's when VidMe will become a contender. But at the moment, they've got nothing behind them. So no one's going to them and no one's watching their stuff. Yeah. So, but I'm uploading there just in case because it saves me a job in a year and a half's time or something. But I just think when you've got big players like Colossal going there, you've got like Grade A Under A, for example, like when he doesn't disappear and then come back and say, hey, Season 2 of Grade A Under A is coming, and then 4 weeks later he hasn't uploaded again. He's disappeared again. But I get it. He's suffering with depression. It fluctuates. I know exactly how that fucking feels. Sure. I know how to kill a channel. Don't you worry. With mental illness, I can kill my channel deader than anyone.
2018 is going to be a spectacular year now.
A great example is Grade A Under A used to do streams. But where did he stream? Did he stream live on YouTube? No. Even with his 1 million subscribers, he went over to Twitch. Because it's just an easier interface. It's a better website. Yes, their rules are a little bit weird. Like I was talking to Sia the other day during one of his streams, and it was funny because he joked that he was going to show a picture. He wanted someone to make a picture of a mock-up of Good Will Hunting or something, and he was like, "Use the picture of me with a gun." I can't show it on stream because you can't show guns on stream on Twitch. But then he proceeded to, without consequence, play Grand Theft Auto, which is a game about drug trafficking and prostitution.
Right.
Which is okay because it's a video game, but you can't show guns, but you can show video game. It's a weird gray area. So Twitch isn't without its weird rules.
Sure.
It's just very fucking strange, but it's still a more reliable platform because they talk directly to creators. They go, creators, what do you want? They've just released a fucking amazing system, which at first I was skeptical because as a Twitch partner, I do get skeptical when they bring out new stuff. Because when I started as a Twitch partner, it was, you have a sub badge, you also have sub emotes. And I was like, that's great. That's something people can like, people can enjoy, gives people incentive to sub. Then they were like, by the way, we're bringing in bits, which is like donations, except it goes through us. So it's a little bit more secure. Yeah. And I'm like, okay, that's fine. By the way, you can now make custom, you now need to make 5 tiers of sub badge. So when someone's been sub for 3 months, they get a different sub badge. When 6 months, another sub badge. And I'm like, right, now I've got to create 4 more fucking sub badges. Okay, let's do this and try and make them unique. And then and go to Sparxy.
Get yourself a Sparxy. I just solved all your problems.
and then it's like, oh, by the way, you can now have custom badges and custom notifications for when someone cheers as well. So when someone uses bits and it's like, okay, now I have to get someone to make some GIFs for me because these are happening. Thanks for introducing that. And then it's like, oh, by the way, this streaming company has brought out BitBoss, which you can have on your stream, which is affected by your followers and stuff. By the way, you can have custom notifications. By the way, you can have custom notifications that happen when someone donates a specific amount. And you're like, oh my God, this is even more work. And then I get it. If you're a full-time Twitch streamer, it's okay because you've got more time. But when you're a Twitch streamer, and a YouTuber, and you've got other like different other things to do in between. It's like, oh my god, there's so much work for me to do just to get started on Twitch now.
Right.
And then when they announced the next thing, they've also recently announced you can link it to like an Amazon run merch store, so you can like you can have a t-shirt store that is based on Amazon. And I'm like, but I've already got a t-shirt store with TeePublic and they treat me really well. What do I do? I can't link. Oh god, it's so confusing. But then they came out with this new thing which was called Twitch achievements or something, and I was like, oh for fuck, like Yoan was telling me about it in my chat today, and my initial reaction was, oh god, not more
you
stuff.
You hate the options, man. You're really hating all these options.
Not more things to fucking have to sort out, because you've got to be ahead of the game. You've got to make sure it's all done. But then I found out it wasn't just an extra option. It wasn't an extra thing that I then have to sort out. It's a case of the achievements aren't for the viewers. They're for the streamer. Yeah. And they make things easy, like not necessarily easier for the streamer. Like for people that are partnered, you're partnered, you're done. But for people who are like up and coming affiliates, or they're affiliates trying to get partnered, it's really good because it like shows you the targets for affiliate and partner, and it shows you how close you are to that goal. So it will show you like, you've streamed for X amount of hours. To get partner, you need to have streamed for this much. You're 50% there, and things like that. And there are other kinds of achievements you can unlock. So it's like unlocking achievements in a game.
That's kind of cool. I like that.
You've streamed 7 times in a month. Maybe it's like it calls you something like the Lucky 7 streamer or something. You get that achievement. Or you've uploaded, you've gained 50 subs. You've now unlocked this and things like that. And that's really, really cool. And I really like it. And that's something YouTube's not doing. But this is because Twitch communicates with creators and goes, creators, what would you like? Streamers, what would you like to see? And of course, all the streaming feedback has been, we want to know when we can be partnered. We don't want to know, keep streaming, you know, just keep on your grind, just and one day the partner will appear. We want to know, what does it take to get partnered? How can we do it? And how close are we? So they went, here's the partner achievement thing. Here's the Twitch achievements.
Here you go.
So you can see in real time where your Twitch stream career is going. Whereas with YouTube, they go,
never know.
Hey, creator, what would you like to see? The creators go, fucking fix all the problems. And YouTube goes, oh, whoa.
What problem?
We don't see any problems.
What are you talking about?
We're counting this $40 billion. We don't see any problem right now.
Sub glitches? That's a myth. There's no sub glitches. Notifications? What are you talking about? No, everything's fine. What Jackie's doing just fine.
If it wasn't for the fact that my audience is much bigger on YouTube than it is on Twitch, because Twitch, even though Twitch is so popular now, it's still in its infancy. When you consider the amount of people who, if you're talking on YouTube about your Twitch channel, the amount of people who go, I've never used Twitch, what is it? Yeah. Like, the amount of people like that, if my audience on Twitch outgrew my YouTube audience, I would leave YouTube.
In a heartbeat.
In a fucking heartbeat. Because streaming naturally, like, this is going to cause a lot of controversy as well, because I know full-time streamers don't like this, but streaming is naturally easier than making edited content.
No question.
With edited content, you have to, like, I get it. With streaming, you've got to keep it entertaining. You've got to keep upbeat. And it is absolutely tiring. As someone who does regular 12-hour streams, I know how tiring it is to stay on all the time. Again, I was talking to Sia about this. He was saying, how long do you stream for normally, Liam? Because I only can do really 3 hours. Once I hit 3 hours, I feel that I start to become less entertaining. And I completely agree, because I only stream for 3 hours at a time, generally, except 12 hours once a month. And so I can understand how, for the people who stream 8 hours a day, 5 days a week, like a full-time job, I can understand how tiring it is. And I understand how guilty you feel when you're like, guys, I'm just going to go for a quick bathroom break, if that's okay. You know, I've been holding this in for 4 hours, but I just need to go for a minute. Because you're terrified that the minute you put the be right back screen up, people are going to leave. And I get that. People are very fickle like that. But when it comes to YouTube content, it's hard to keep it entertaining, because you have to think of a concept for a video. You have to plan it, you have to write it, you have to record it. You can get halfway through recording a video and go, this script and this concept is fucking garbage.
It doesn't work.
Why am I making this? And then you're back to the drawing board. Then you've got to sit through and edit it, which can take upwards of like 8 hours to fucking, depending how much you put into the videos, you could spend 40 hours on a single video if you put your mind to it. And there's so much psychological work going on that just to put up one video that may not even perform very well.
Yeah. Or maybe
Whereas
make it demonetized immediately. How disheartening is something like that?
100%. When I uploaded the first of that new form fight series that I'm doing, and instantly it got demonetized, I had a rush of people coming in going, new series? This is really cool. Let's check this out. By the time it had been reviewed, it had peaked in views and it was starting to drop off. And I was like Casey said in his video, I lost money there.
Absolutely.
That YouTube is not going to compensate me for, even though it's their robot that was incorrect. And they sent a human in to check. They sent a human in to check that video was appropriate for all advertisers when their robot said it wasn't. And then their human went, no, the robot's wrong. This is suitable for all advertisers, which means by rights and by definition, my video should have had full advertising for that first like 10, 15,000 views that it got before it started to peel off, which means I technically lost money, which they will not, even though they admitted their mistake, they don't feel obligated to pay me that money.
No, they don't.
It's part of the problem. Whereas when you're on Twitch and you're streaming, you don't get demonetized. You don't get, like, you'll get banned if you do something that's against the rules.
Really stupid, sure, yeah.
But Twitch do a very good job of outlining the rules. Okay, they fuck up sometimes, like fucking Lydia yawned in a stream and showed a bit of leg, and they sent me an email saying, just be careful because you've been reported for that.
Really?
And, you know, that's inappropriate. Yeah, fucking yeah.
Oh
yeah, she came into a stream, right? She was wearing a t-shirt. You know how girls do. They wear a t-shirt.
Like
they won't wear anything.
Yeah.
Yeah, they'll wear it like it's a dress with their their underwear underneath. She fucking yawned, a bit too much leg was shown, and we got a fucking report for it and told, like, you can't do that, you know, that's the road to getting banned, you know. So now we have a running joke, like every time someone fucking yawns in the stream or someone stands up, we're like, Twitch ban, be careful.
Be careful, yeah.
But, yeah, even though there are cosplay streamers who body paint themselves with their full breasts out, just the only difference is it's covered with body paint. That's okay. That is 100% okay. Whereas some people, I'm not one of these people because I think it's fucking brilliant. Like, wow, look at these people doing this incredible body art that looks like they're a real fucking anime character or whatever. Like, I enjoy it because, you know, it's fucking great and, you know, it's boobs, whatever.
It's boobs, but, there's no problem with it.
I can understand why some people would say, isn't this technically a really, really soft core version of porn? Yeah. I know there are people that would say that, but that's appropriate to see. But my girlfriend can't fucking yawn on stream because her t-shirt doesn't cover quite as much as you'd fucking hope. It's fucking stupid.
It is, and it doesn't make a lot of sense.
Is she's come into a stream since wearing a t-shirt that's that long, except she was wearing shorts underneath the t-shirt. And if she yawned or anything or held her arms up, you could see she was wearing shorts. But without holding her arms up, the t-shirt just looked exactly the same as that original bannable offense.
If she had just been wearing the shorts, it would have been probably perfectly fine. It just, you know, like...
It's fucking stupid.
They
have it's a weird grey area when it comes to what's on stream. Also, by the way, let's not forget, like, I don't want to go too hard on someone the size of Legendary Leah, being the nobody I am. But let's talk about Legendary Leah, who is a Twitch streamer, girlfriend, I believe, of one of the most popular Twitch streamers there is, who brings in the most money for Twitch. She has literally shown her vagina on stream. She has literally showed her vagina by accident on stream, had numerous fucking nip slips, and the reason she doesn't get permanently banned like you or I would for something like that is because she's shagging the big guy. Yeah. She's shagging the guy at the top, so Twitch makes it okay. That's the one thing I don't like about Twitch.
Well, you're going to see that everywhere, though. You're going to see things like that.
How much I hate Twitch just then, but Twitch is better than YouTube in the way they treat their creators. Other than their weird side narcissism, they're fine.
Yeah, but they also have a lot less to deal with. You know, the Twitch has so many less. I mean, look, I'm not trying to minimize that, but that's reality. I mean,
if you type Pokemon into YouTube, you get millions of results. Yeah. If you go on Twitch and go, who's playing Pokemon Sun and Moon? You're lucky to get 50 channels.
Right.
So, like, Twitch does have a lot less to deal with. Like, they've got a lot less problems, but their ears are open, and I think that's what matters.
Now, will they be able to scale that? That becomes the question inherently. When more people come over, and I do believe more and more people are coming over to Twitch, and I believe there are numbers to back that up. Are they going to be able to scale and keep the exact same amount of interactivity, which makes it so appealing. Look, I get that there are some issues with Twitch and some of the strict ruling, and that was part of the reason that kept me off of Twitch for so long.
Yeah,
you know, because everything seems so complicated. I was like, well, fuck this, you know, YouTube's fine. But now it's just like, and to go back to the point that you were making with the video creation, especially YouTube, there's so many, so much competition, especially depending on what type of category you're in. When you take as much time as some people does to make videos, if you're in a really competitive category like the commentary community, where it's all about getting that video out immediately, you're fucked. You're done.
Yeah.
You don't even have a chance to grow. I feel for the first time in 3 years, I have a chance to do something on Twitch. Like, I feel like something is happening there. It feels amazing. I might be insane. I mean, I'm still at 25 to 30 people, 40 if I'm really lucky, but it feels like something is building. I got people who are subbing. But Dave,
it's like I just said, just by you going on Twitch, right, and you jumping in and being like, "Hey guys, I'm going to do a Pokemon stream today," you're already automatically in the top 1 in 50. You're in the top 50 people streaming Pokemon at any one time, just automatically, just by going onto Twitch. Whereas on YouTube, you were 1 out of 100,000.
Yep.
You've gone from 1 in 100,000 to 1 in 50. Just by changing platform.
That's just numbers, kids. That's simple mathematics.
And because of your audience that you already had, you've not lost anything.
No.
You've done nothing but gain, because you've got the affiliate button now, which means that your viewers can sponsor you, and your viewers can, like, I know YouTube's got the sponsor button, but
which I can't have because I'm in fucking Germany, so I can't even have it.
And it also doesn't matter, because whether you've got the sponsor button or not, you ain't going to get sponsors if people can't fucking find you.
Exactly.
Whereas now you've got your whole audience, you've got the chance to build your audience, and how often on YouTube does somebody in their video go, "Hey, by the way, check out this up-and-coming channel?" Whereas on Twitch, anybody at any given moment could go, "Hey, right now, we're going to send our whole audience automatically." The audience doesn't have control over it unless they click the red X, we're going to go check this guy dead on Dave out. And if they're a streamer like me, they'll go, "Hey, look at this guy who's got like 10 viewers at the moment. Let's go make this guy's fucking day.
We'll give a little
let's take
love,
100 people, or, you know, and let's go show this guy some fucking love." Twitch has a great community at the moment.
It does.
It's not quite the YouTube community at the moment, because there is a little bit too much competition on Twitch. There are some people higher up in the Twitch community that won't raid people or won't help out or suggest another streamer unless they are of similar size.
You know, to an extent, okay, I get that. You know, that's okay to an extent. You know, but
I think with a Twitch audience, with Twitch being live, it's a very cutthroat kind of audience, in the sense that you don't want to send, like, your audience of say you've got 700 viewers. You don't want to send that audience to someone that they might like more.
Right.
I think that's a fear on Twitch, because it's like, wait, but why would they tune in and watch 8 hours of me when this guy starts streaming an hour after I do? And they could just watch 8 hours of them and get more entertainment. It's a little bit of a scary thing.
It's a case of, it's almost like a paradox, because we were just talking about the competition on YouTube because of how many people are there. But Twitch, it's a little bit more cutthroat because of how small it is, and the fact that it's 100% live. You've got to compete, so you want to keep what you have. I get that to an extent, but there does seem to be a good majority of people who do want to help each other out. There is a lot of especially in our community. There seems to be a lot of people who do want to freaking do that, and I love that about it. I think it's really, really cool. And again, I just feel there's more incentive. I just feel more like I said at the very beginning of this, fucking Twitch has made me feel more appreciated in about 15 streams than I have felt on YouTube in 3 years. That's incredible to me.
It's insanity. It's amazing. Glad I gave you the push, dickhead.
You did. You absolutely did. Even though
I sat with you that night. It was after a Nerd and the Jerk, wasn't it?
It was after Nerd and the Jerk. We were talking. I asked you about it. I was just like, man, I don't know if I can keep doing this. YouTube is killing me, man. It's just like, I'm not growing to 480. Because the funny thing enough, it was the 480p that we were talking about.
Yeah, the 480p was knocking you out of searches. You were telling me that, and I was like, oh shit, yeah.
And then you're like, maybe it's just time.
Yeah, just go to Twitch, because, like, that was it. Because I remember saying, because based on how Twitch was on that particular day, if you typed Pokemon Sun and Moon, the person, obviously there was the top line of like 5 people, the person underneath the number 1 like the person on the next line, so the 6th most watched person on Twitch at that time had like 30 viewers.
Right.
And I was like, Dave, you pull in like 30, 40 people, you could be the channel that's underneath the #1 channel on Twitch at any one time. Which means you could start growing from the get-go. People will search for Pokemon Sun and Moon and they'll see you. Like, it's that easy.
When we got done with that conversation, I wasn't 100% sold. And then about an hour later, because I was doing the 24-hour stream the next day.
Fucking next day.
I think the whole
You were like, I don't know, man. I really need to go to sleep and think about this. And I was like, okay, Dave, whatever you want to do. Like, take my advice or don't fucking take it. I don't care. Like, I just went.
I stayed up all night, got the Twitch channel set up, and fucking did the 24-hour stream, which I made 17 and a half of, and did it. And it was the best thing that I could have done. Because I think that between that and then what you did, going to bat for me the way that you did, I think a combination of those two things kind of showed the Twitch that I was a little bit serious. And for whatever reason, they gave it to me, man. And that's one of the fastest I've ever heard, by the way. 3-4 streams, I have not heard people getting it that quickly. I don't know. Fuck it. I'll take it. I'll take it. Whoever made the mistake, it's on you now, Twitch.
It sounds like you had a good friend in the background who helped you out. Does sound like
I may have had a partner with Twitch that may have helped out a little bit. Yes, it might sound that way.
I would like to shake hands with this gentleman for helping you.
I would too. Send them some tea because I believe they like tea. I believe. I might be wrong. I don't know. But aside from all the wonderfulness that's going on YouTube, there's actually a couple other things that we do want to hit on today. And one of them, it feels like you do this every so often. Liam, did you hear that KSI is sorry for all of his misdeeds again? Did you hear that? KSI...
No, don't worry, because my favorite thing is from Tommy C's Get to the Point. Oh my God. Is KSI going to go black again? Fucking got me. For those who think I'm just a racist, no. Yes, I appreciate that KSI is a black gentleman, but he quite famously blacked out his Twitter. He had a black banner, just completely black. He had a black profile picture, and he stopped tweeting for months because he just needed to get away from YouTube. And lo and behold, he's done it again. He's gone, do you know what? I need to step away. Doesn't he have a boxing match coming up? Well, how's that going to work?
In January against Weller. Yeah, but I'm assuming he's still going to fight that kid. I'm assuming.
I don't know. It almost sounds like, I mean, it's got to have been booked and set up and promoted.
They're already selling tickets. That fight's happening one way or another. It's just like, own who the fuck you are. You guys have heard me say this so many times over the years. Own who you are. KSI can't do it. There's something wrong with KSI. I don't know what it is.
He's got a deep-seated issue where he can't, allegedly, because it's only his words, he can't see himself as a role model. He feels that he started YouTube as a hobby. He didn't expect it to take off. He didn't expect to get to where he is, but he's quite happy to flaunt the fact that he has Lambos and stuff like that. You know, things that we could only dream of affording. Although I wouldn't get a Lambo. I'm really stupid with cars. I'm just like, hey, if it goes, I'll buy it.
Give me a 60s muscle car.
If I got to KSI's level, I would still go to the used car lot and get like a 2-year-old car. Like, I'd just be like, dude, it's a fucking car. I'm not spending money on it for the amount of time I'd spend in it. Like, when I'm not inside making videos, I don't leave the house.
But you don't.
But yes, so you know, he didn't expect to get to where he was, and he feels it's weird that kids look up to me and see me as a role model because I don't see myself that way. Newsflash, none of us fucking do.
Right.
You think like. There are people that are up and coming on YouTube hoping to make it big who don't see themselves as role models. They just see themselves as a guy going in a direction. It doesn't mean it doesn't mean, oh, I need to leave Twitter for a bit and just stay away because I can't be a role model. Like, it's a little bit like my fucking one of my best fucking friends in the whole world, PD Winnell, has a lot of problems emotionally and mentally, and he's had to take a break from Twitter because it gets on top of him. Sure. A lot of shit goes through his head, and he just doesn't. He struggles sometimes socially, so I can get why he would leave Twitter for a bit because he's like, I just need to cool off. I just need to not be here for a little bit. Whereas KSI is literally going, you guys praise me way too much. You guys look up to me so much. It's so fucking arrogant.
It really is. It's arrogant. Like, I don't think it's true.
Peter was there, like Peter Winnell's there, like, this is all just too much. The pressure's too much. Like I have so like I need to get motivation and I'm not finding it and it's really difficult. Whereas you've got KSI going, I just can't be seen as a god so much. It's so hard being your ruler and your savior, KSI. Like, come on.
First, big love and shout out to Tiny Phil, by the way. Fucking thinking about you, buddy. Tiny Phil, fucking love you to death.
That guy's my.
What really just fucks me off about this KSI thing is the words that he chose to use. It always comes down to words. When he said, "I've never wanted the responsibility," what the fuck are you talking about?
What responsibility do you have? Make your fucking vlogs.
Shut the
and
fuck up.
That's your responsibility.
That's it. Fucking make your money. The problem is you're putting yourself into all these avenues. You're going on Drama Alert and you're doing these fucking interviews where you're talking about, well, I don't want to be seen as a clown. I want to be a better man. And you fucking black out everything. And then 3 months later, you come back and you're talking about fucking people's sisters with crowbar. Actual line from a fucking verse of one of his goddamn horrible diss tracks, by the way.
Someone said it right, which is KSI has gone a little bit fousey tube. You know, like, I'm the Messiah. You know, I can't take this responsibility. It's up to me to heal the world. And I just can't handle that pressure. Fuck off.
Fuck off, buddy.
Black out your Twitter and don't fucking come back.
Don't come back.
The thing is, my favorite part of this is in the little row of tweets that he did, his last few tweets. He basically, without saying the word specifically, he admitted that all the Sidemen drama was a work.
He did.
From his own fucking mouth. Because he said the Sidemen have always, he said basically the Sidemen have always been friends. Why would you say that when you so vehemently hate them?
Because he knows we all know. He knows we know it's a work.
He knew everybody fucking knew it, and he just decided, you know what? I'm just going to admit that all the drama between me and Ethan and whoever it was all fake. We did it for the diss tracks. We did it for the views. I can't handle that people are figuring it out, and I'm going to just lie low for a while.
Right.
So that when I come back, the hero, KSI, has returned just in time to promote my boxing match and make more money.
Exactly. Because I guarantee you this hiatus will last just about 2 months.
The diss track thing has died. Diss tracks have died ever since iDubbbz dropped his diss track. Because now people are like, these are stupid. We get it, iDubbbz. You've made your point. Diss tracks are dumb, and no one wants to make one now because everyone's just going to be like, no, iDubbbz did it better.
Yeah.
iDubbbz made a point that these are stupid. So now that that's died, you know, they don't want people looking in from the outside at the Sidemen situation and go, now that no one's making diss tracks, we've noticed that you guys are a little bit chummier than you used to be. Were you guys friends all along?
Were you guys okay?
And then
there?
of course, if he lies down, bows out for a little bit, and then comes back later, it gives people time to forget the drama.
That's it.
Typical YouTuber 101.
It really is.
The drama goes away because people forget, because someone else will fuck up in that month while you're away.
Yep. And let's not take for granted for a fact the timing of all this too. Not only with the Weller fight coming up, but this also gives him a perfect opportunity to just, I don't know, take the holiday season off and not give a reason for doing so. I mean, like, this reeks of goddamn selfishness and self-entitlement, man. It drives me nuts. I'm actually pissed off about it, which this is not, I don't get mad about these things. I don't get mad about YouTubers because I don't fucking care. But KSI, the way that he has used and abused audiences in a way that people like over at Drama Alert and things have placated this motherfucker and given him and not called him out on his shit makes me insane. And we have to continually go through this.
Instead of just taking the time off, which is what he wants to do, but he knows if he just takes time off, even if he just doesn't upload for 3 months, people will drop off. His audience will leave. But if he makes it seem really super dramatic and like, I just can't handle it, I need to be better for you, I'll come back stronger, I'll work harder, his fucking dumbass audience goes, don't worry, KSI, we'll be here waiting for you, and they'll check his fucking channel every single day just in case something pops up in the sub box. From now until December fucking 31st, they'll just be like, oh, KSI, please post something on your Instagram from your fucking log cabin that you're staying in over Christmas.
You know, like, from a marketing standpoint, it's fucking brilliant. I got to give him credit there.
Oh, yeah, 100%.
Because
like,
he instantly builds fucking anticipation. instantly. He builds that, and it's really fucking smart from that standpoint. But I don't think that's exactly why he's doing it. This is self-grandioizing. Whoa, that's not how you say that word. Whoa, word just got away from me on that one. He's full of himself. That's what it is. I'm not gonna make another attempt at the word.
He's fucking self-prophesizing. He's turning himself into a prophet.
Yeah, it's absolutely.
That's what he
insane.
wants. He's turning himself into a prophet for
really?
a prophet.
Well done, sir. But it's so over under 3 months. When's he coming back?
He's coming back in time for the fight.
Yeah,
he'll come back. Do you know what? I'm gonna ballpark it now. I bet you $10. This is to Dave, by the way, not the entire chat. Okay. I bet you $10 Dead on Dave of Dead on Dave Productions specifically,
there
Mr. Vancura.
Well done.
I bet $10 he's going to come back exactly 2 weeks before the Joe Weller fight.
I'll take the bet because I'll say it'll be 3 weeks before.
What date is the fight?
Oh, what day is the fight? I don't know. Hold on, let's look it up.
Someone find out what day the fight is, because my guess is exactly 14 days before that fight takes place.
Okay, KSI.
So the day before it is day 1. Basically, so count up to 14. Whatever day is 14 before that fight takes place, that is the date that I bet Dave. 10 days. That $10. That's when it'll take place.
This goddamn fight. That's what I want to know.
That's when he'll return.
Okay.
February
3rd. February 3rd.
Okay.
February.
Count backwards 14 days.
That's a lot of math.
I'll do that time while you tell me when you think.
I'm gonna say, give me January 14th.
Ooh.
Yes. That's about 2 weeks. That's about that.
I think it's January 20th. Do you know what? I'll say January 19th or 20th.
Okay, I'll go 7 days prior to that.
Okay.
I'm gonna go.
This is great. So obviously, if it's not 7 days prior to that, and it's not 14 days, it comes back earlier, then the bet is dead.
We'll donate the $20 to.
We're not doing that shit of whoever's closer, because I can't be any closer than 14 days before.
Somebody says he wants. Speedybird wants to bet that he'll drop out. She might be the winner. Ding ding ding. She might, but they're already selling tickets. They can't do that. That's an image problem. I don't think they would do that.
That would be detrimental to his career.
Yeah. It'll be
like he wouldn't go to the whole hassle of manipulating his entire audience to get 2 months off, just to then go, I'm going to kill my career anyway. Well, he wouldn't kill it though. He's one of those channels. He's one of those channels that I really want to be. I want to be one of those channels. How bad I fuck up. And Leafy's proven 4 million. All you need is 4 million subs. Once you get to 4 million subs, you can fuck up royally.
Do whatever you want.
You can kill your career. You can get content copped. And in fact, Keemstar's proven it's fucking 1.5 mil.
Yeah. It depends on where you're at. It does depend on the community.
Most hated YouTuber on the internet at 1.5 mil, because that's where Keemstar had been before the Keemstar Exposed stuff had happened. Because there are all the jokes coming out going, "Hey Keemstar, are you going to do another 1.5 mil celebration?" He was at 1.5 million subs, and he completely became the most hated man on YouTube for fucking the better part of a year. And now he's at 3 million subs. Yeah. Your career won't die, and that's I want to be at that kind of security. It's not even for the, I want fame, I want this. I just want to be secure. I just want to know that when I go to bed, I'm not going to wake up the next day and not be able to feed my dogs, not be able to pay my rent.
Which would be nice.
Better, yeah, I'd like to be able to, buy my own house, so then I don't have to worry about being evicted ever.
You're being so ambitious.
That'd be nice.
Look at that ambition. That's fantastic.
I mean, that's the goal. I just want to be able to.
For all that much though, in general, it's
stressful. I don't want to be famous. I don't want to be on fucking Conan O'Brien talking about how great it is to be a YouTuber and be successful. I don't want to be PewDiePie. No. I don't even want to be fucking Markiplier or anything like that. All I want to be is able to sustain my life. Yeah. That's all I want. That's all I ever fucking ask. That's my only goal. So for people who are like, you're just in YouTube for the money, I'm just in YouTube, A, to entertain, because that's a byproduct of what we do, and B, because I want to be able to make this a sustainable thing. And the reason I want to be able to sustain it is because it's fun and I want to be able to do it every day. Yeah. Because I've never had job satisfaction until YouTube became my job. And now it's the most fucking satisfying thing I've ever done.
Why is that so villainized when people say that? Why do so many people get on that? They're like, you can't say this is a job. You can't possibly say that you want to go for a career in this. You can't do that.
The the funny thing is as well, like, especially this year, especially like, you know, aside from the fucking amazing donations that Casey's did earlier in the year, in the past months where I don't get that luxury of having such high donations, you know, everyone's a bit strapped for cash at the moment.
Sure.
I still claim this is the most satisfying job I've ever done, even though at the moment I'm earning the least amount of money I've ever earned. I earned more money than this when I worked full time at McDonald's when I was under 21, which means I was on a lower pay grade.
Yeah.
I earn more money than I do now, but this job is the most satisfying, which is why I want to make it a continuous thing. That's why I want to make it work, because I've come too far now to be like doing some 9-to-5 job and being like, I used to be Ace Trainer fucking Liam.
Right.
I used to have people come from fucking Denmark all the way to England, people from fucking Belgium, people from Holland, all the way here to come and see me because they felt like I was that big of an influence. I want that to keep going, because I couldn't imagine going into another job that I don't enjoy, that isn't fulfilling, and being like, you used to fucking be someone, man.
Right.
You used to actually mean something to people, and now that's dead. I never want that to happen.
Yeah. And
I just want to make it sustainable.
There's
and
nothing
this way
wrong
of life
with that. There's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing inherently wrong with liking what you're currently doing. And what happened to the saying, you find something that you love to do and then you get people to pay you to do it full time. What is wrong with this?
People say go and get a real job, and I'm like, dude, I work 70 hours a week.
Fucking job.
People are there with their 9-to-5, 5 days a week, just about making 37.5 hours a week. I work fucking upwards of 70 hours a week.
Right.
I'm never off. I fucking neglect my relationship to an extent. Like, my girlfriend would love to see me a lot more than she does. She's at my house now, but she sits downstairs for fucking 2 hours while we do Nerd and the Jerk, because this is part of the job. This is part of my career. Yeah. And I love to fucking do it. And Jesus Christ, like, I'm thankful to have someone so supportive on my fucking side.
Not everybody does.
But at the same time, if I had a regular 9-to-5, I could be taking advantage of that, but I wouldn't be happy. Because I'd have to go to something I hate every day. Whereas this is a job that I sit in front of my computer and I fucking love every minute of it. Even when I'm reading through comments, because I read through all the fucking comments, and I've got someone going, look at this blue-haired faggot. He's a piece of shit. I bet he sucks all kinds of cock because he chose to have blue hair. Yeah. And you know what?
Sorry, I don't mean to spam your comment section with that. I can't help it. I apologize.
I know. But you read fucking hateful shit from people trying to cut at you, people trying for no reason other than they don't like the way you fucking look on a particular day, trying to genuinely hurt your feelings, and I still fucking love every second of it.
You know, I think the problem, the disconnect.
I'll let you talk in a minute, Dave. Sorry, it's your show, but like,
no, it's your show, buddy.
Every day to their 37.5 hour fucking or their 45 hour a week job. Do you constantly get comments throughout your day, people telling you how fucking ugly you are, or how they fucking hate you, or how your opinions are bullshit because you don't agree with them, or how they want your family members to fucking die because they hate you so much about the content you've created? No, I guarantee you don't get that shit every 2 seconds while you're flipping hamburgers, do you? But we sit through that every day because we love what we do, and it's still a job, it's still work, and we work fucking hard for it. And why is that so wrong that we would like to sustain this lifestyle?
Because it's the word use. That's the thing that pisses me off. It's the word use. It's the fact that we dare call this a career. We dare call this a job. We dare call this work. And there are people
playing video games. Nothing to do with the fact that there are thousands of other people out there sat in front of their computer playing video games who are not entertaining, who do not engage their audience, who don't get anywhere on this platform because their audience just doesn't exist, because nobody wants to watch people that are boring, nobody wants to watch people that don't have personality, and nobody wants to watch people that don't respect their audience. So if you're just sat there in fucking silence playing Call of Duty and not even being that fucking good at it, that's why people don't fucking watch you. And they're the kind of people who don't see this as a viable career. But the people who are entertaining, the people that you're watching every single fucking week because you find them entertaining, we're the people working. We're the people who deserve to be here because this is our fucking career we've chosen. And it is a fucking career.
I think you'll have a lot of people who are just viewers as well that have these type of jobs that are, I've had people that struggle to come into streams because they're working 60 hours a week. And some of them, I get it. They work unbelievably hard and they see some of the things that happen and they get resentful of it. And I can understand that. I can even get it. But I don't think it's right for anybody to discount what gets done here, the things that get put into this, the type of work that does get put in, and work is the appropriate fucking term here, is staggering when you really look at it, especially if you want to make this something viable. And that's what people, I think there's a disconnect with. It's that word use, because this is still new and it's scary because it's not the norm. You know what? You know what wasn't normal 30 fucking years ago? Goddamn gay people. Wasn't fucking normal. So everyone, how long did it take to get that going? No, I'm dead fucking serious. In the 60s, it wasn't normal for a black man to walk down the fucking street holding the hand of a white woman. It wasn't fucking normal. But guess what? We evolve over time the longer that it goes. The fact is, this is the next wave of media. You're watching it right now. You're hearing it through your ears. You're watching it on your computers, on your phones, your devices right now. This is what's going to be on in 30 years. This is the way shit is going. And if you're saying that we're not entertainers, we're not working, we're not doing those things, well then what the fuck is everything you're watching on television right now? Because we are becoming the next wave of media. And it's time that people start realizing and having a little bit more respect before you go and dismiss everything that everybody's doing.
And the thing is, like, you talk about like the fucking lengths we go to as well to fucking entertain our audience as entertainers. Yeah. For example, talking about people that have come for fucking hundreds of miles to come and meet me at an event. The thing is, right, when you're a big celebrity, when you're like, for example, Comic-Con next Friday in London, Anthony Mackie's going to be there. For those who don't know Anthony Mackie, he played Falcon in the Avengers and Captain America. He's going to be there. I guarantee you, he's paid to be there.
Absolutely.
He's been paid by Comic-Con. Hey, Mackie, how about doing an appearance? Because we want you to be there because you're a big name. We're going to pay $3,000 for you to come and stay in a fucking 5-star hotel and you to come to our event and sit and fucking do signatures. For someone like me, who is an entertainer, I have an audience. My audience are willing to travel fucking hundreds. They're willing to travel across the fucking continent to come and see me, right? I have to pay. Right. The money that I earn on YouTube, not only to earn a living, bearing in mind, I've said before, I earn less than minimum wage, so I fucking struggle. I'm paying 200 fucking pounds to put myself and my girlfriend up in a hotel, which isn't a 5-star. It's barely even a fucking travel lodge, but it's a hotel nonetheless.
It's a bed.
I'm paying to travel down to London, which is, upwards of like fucking 60, 70 quid for us each. I'm paying a good like half a month's fucking salary to go and meet these people who put me where I am. To go and show my respect to these people so I can shake their fucking hands and I can hug them and I can say, you guys are amazing because you allow me to do what I do. Yeah. And people sit there and go, you don't do any work. Bitch, the fucking money I'm making off YouTube, I'm putting into going and visiting fans. I'm putting into going to these events, which I wouldn't be paid. I'm not paid to be there. I'm welcome. Like, I get to go without paying for a ticket. So maybe I save 60 fucking pounds, but I'm still paying like 500 to be there for the weekend.
But that is part of the game. And guys like Mackie,
it is part of the game.
And guys like Mackie, to be fair, they're paying them that type of money because they are going to draw. So inherently they are helping as far as, because he's going to get more people there who potentially could discover you, could discover other people. Now, maybe that's a little mental gymnastics, but I mean, this is how advertising works. You bring in the names to bring in more people.
He is a bigger draw.
Absolutely.
Like a good example of that is when Comic-Con on their Facebook page announced, hey, Pokemon YouTubers Ace Trainer Liam, PD Winnell and Birdkeeper Toby are going to be at Comic-Con. All the comments are, wait, who the fuck are these guys? Wait, why don't you start hiring real celebrities and then maybe we'll turn up? Like, who the fuck knows who these guys are? Why do you keep signing up nobodies? So, of course, I jumped in on my Facebook page and just popped in the comment section as my Facebook page. Can't wait to attend my 3rd MCM Comic-Con. Thanks for inviting me. Just like, yeah, fucking, there's a reason that I turn up at these things is because I'm fucking invited, because people know I fucking am. But I get it. Anthony Mackie is a huge draw because he's been in fucking Hollywood blockbusters. And I get that. And I get that he probably sells more tickets. Although arguably, much like WrestleMania doesn't necessarily sell tickets because of the people that are on it. They sell tickets because it's WrestleMania.
Right, it's the event.
Comic-Con sells tickets because it's the biggest Comic-Con in the UK. It's London Comic-Con.
Yeah.
So people are going to go there anyway. People who are booked to go to Comic-Con, not all of them are checking Twitter to see who's announced. They're just going to turn up on the day and go, right, who's here? Look at all this fucking cool cosplay.
It's amazing
and all
shit,
yeah. So Anthony Mackie, of course, he will certainly he'll certainly draw a certain amount of diehard Anthony Mackie fans. But I don't know if many people have specifically waited for Anthony Mackie to be announced and gone, that's my ticket fucking
But you
booked.
know what I mean, as far as you get the bigger names in there to try to help attendance. And
yeah, you get WWE there, you get the Avengers there, and like, yeah, more people are going to go because they're like, wow, look at the star power. We could really meet some big names. But at the same time, like, it's still the kind of event where if I didn't want to go, or if I chose not to go because I can't afford to go, you know, I could not go there. Yeah. And then my fans wouldn't necessarily go there, or my fans would go there hoping to see me, and I wouldn't be there, and they'd be fucking disappointed. Yeah. But at the same time, like, you can't sit there and say it's not work when I work hard to basically make fucking barely anything. Yeah. It's the biggest insult, I think, is to sit there and say to a YouTuber, someone works more hours than you, gets paid less than you, and you sit there and go, that's not work. That's not a real job.
Dismiss it. Like, that's the first thing, especially when things like this, when conversations like come up, the first people, we're going to get comments. They're going to be like, shut the fuck up and get a real job. People are going to write that. And you know what? I don't even get mad at it overall, because here's the reality. We got 44 people in here right now. We've had upwards of 50 that they do get it. They understand exactly what we're talking about, because
100%.
They support, they watch, and fucking thank you guys for not even for being here, but for simply having the open-minded fucking nature about yourself to understand that there are different ways to make a living, and not all of them are as structured as some of the jobs that you yourselves are doing. This is a form of entertainment, and this is something that's growing and becoming something new. And I think it's something that's going to take a little bit of time. And that's just really it for me.
I feel like, I mean, my kind of last word to say on it is, for the people who sit there and criticize YouTubers for it not being a real job, start up a YouTube channel, show me how successful you can be, and tell me it's not fucking hard work.
There you go.
Simple as that. Put yourself in don't put yourself in our shoes, because that's a mental thing, and you could never understand what we do and what we go through. Actually do it. Yeah, sit at home tonight. If you don't think YouTube's a real job and you're watching this and you just happen to tuned in and you got, hey, this fucking blue-haired twat's bitching about how hard it is to be a YouTuber in 2017.
Make
a channel tonight. Make a video. Let me see it go fucking viral, and then tell me that your job is hard. In fact, once you've got that one viral video and you've pulled in an audience, keep that audience, maintain it for a year, and tell me that it's not hard. Yeah.
It comes down to respect at the end of the day. So hopefully over time it will continue to build. A couple of other things I do want to get to of a little bit lighter nature, because we are running out of time.
The points to me, fucking hell.
Well, we'll come down on two things that you and I both love, and I want to try to get through them both as quick as we possibly can. One is really simple, I think, because you and I both have obviously a shared love of Pokemon. We both do it.
Hell yeah.
It's a huge part of our lives. I'm wearing a Pokemon scarf, for fuck's sake. And Pokemon Go has been a real big reason for some of the resurgence that we've both been able to capitalize on. It's been a huge thing. Of course, it's died off. And tonight, I don't know if you're aware of this or not. I'm sure you are. Tonight, the Halloween event has gone live, including Generation 3 Pokemon. Don't get too excited. It's like 5, but still.
Yeah.
They're here.
It's like Dusclops, Dusknoir, fucking Shuppet and Banette.
Yeah, it's Banette. Yeah, the fucking. Thank God, no dabbing Duskull. Jesus Christ, what are you thinking about Burning Shadows? Holy fuck! But I went and played it as soon as it got released here a couple of hours ago in Germany, and I gotta admit, I drank the Kool-Aid. I haven't played in months. It was enough.
Got a fucking blast.
It got me out, and I was excited. I wore my Charizard hat. I'm fucking walking around in the dark. Yeah,
I've been this close to deleting the app, but now that they've updated it, I'm like, maybe they just need to not fucking wait so long before they do Gen 4 or the full Gen 3. Yeah. Like, as soon as Halloween's over, I expect a full Gen 3 rollout.
Well, they're saying December, January. They're talking really slow, man. And I'm just
they realized you could fucking press the button now and just accidentally release the Gen 3 fucking Pokemon out. And there's no reason at this point to hold it back so long. They're just hurting themselves.
Yeah, they are. And it doesn't really make a lot of sense. But I'm still a mark for it, man. I absolutely love it. I'm glad that there's something, and like there's a whole bunch of bonuses, and the game has changed so much since the last time I played it, and there's all these new little bells and whistles, and there's a lot more fucking Pokestops around my shit-ass little town, too. It's awesome.
I'm a little bit, like, perplexed that in 9 months' time, Pokemon Go will be 2 years old.
Oh, God. Right?
It's fucking surreal, right?
Man.
July. Oh yeah, maybe it's a bit more than 9 months. Maybe it's like fucking 10 months.
No, it's
but
about
still,
right. It's about 9 months.
9 months away from the game being 2 years old.
It's crazy.
I think that's the longest I've ever kept a fucking app apart from Twitter and YouTube.
Right. But no, this on itself, the Halloween event being what it is it enough to get you out and even attempt to play it?
Maybe.
Yeah.
I tend to, the problem with Pokemon Go lately, is I only tend to play it if I'm walking somewhere. If I happen to go outside, like say I've got to go walk into town to get a haircut, I'll pop Pokemon Go on the way. I have not been out specifically to go and catch Pokemon.
The legendaries didn't even do it for me. Because of where I live and stuff, they didn't really do it for me.
Yeah, I've never cared for legendaries, and the fact that you have to team up with strangers, I'm
Which
like,
I kind
no.
of like, by the way. I just wish there was more people around to do it.
I do and I don't, because I'm very much like, I want to be able to play this game and complete it and achieve things in it on my own.
Yep.
You know, I don't mind, I wouldn't have minded if it was like the legendaries appear in the wild at random. There's let's say there's a 1 in, maybe like the shiny value.
Sure.
There's a 1 in 8,000 chance of a Pokemon that spawns in your area being a legendary Pokemon. And if you fail to capture it, because it's got quite high CP, it then disappears and you can't then attempt to catch it for the rest of the day.
Oh, yeah, I like that.
That'd be fine. And then, okay, if one spawns in another location, again, it's a 1 in 8,000 chance of finding it.
Still
I
have
think
not
that would be
gotten
a
a
lot.
shiny, by the way. Still have not gotten a shiny in Pokemon Go.
Same.
Still pissed off about it.
I've seen people who have got 3 or 4 in their area, and I'm like,
one of the bigger guys I've been seeing playing Pokemon Go, Reverser, whatever his fucking name is, he said he caught 7 in 1 day. It's like, what? Eat shit.
Fucking.
Eat all kinds.
I know. To the Pokemon Go fests, it's like, here you go.
Yeah, everybody
Shiny,
gets it.
shiny,
You get a shiny,
shiny.
you get a shiny. But I'm wondering if you guys are going to get back out there and start playing it with this. The fests are fun, and hopefully this will be the prelude to something really great. But there is one other thing that just happened. And again, it's a shared love of both of ours, as your shirt clearly indicates. We both love wrestling. We're completely engrossed.
Oh, it's beautiful. I've just twigged on what you're talking about.
Oh my God. Wrestling, the WWE, this doesn't happen very often, where real life instances change things dramatically. Well, if you're a wrestling fan, get a little bit closer to the television, because let me tell you exactly what just happened. You see, there is meningitis. I'm not making this up. There's meningitis, the mumps, going around the locker room in WWE, and it's affecting multiple Raw superstars. So much so that some of the biggest names are not going to be available for this week's Hell in a Cell pay-per-view. The problem is they've already built the event, and the matches are completely set. Roman Reigns is in this huge main event with all these big stars.
It's literally the final show before the pay-per-view was Monday.
And then you got, on the other end, you got Bray Wyatt, who they've built this entire transvestite cross-dresser thing with.
Think about it, right? This is the thing with Bray Wyatt, is ignoring the kind of weird storyline with him and Finn Balor. They've been talking about Sister Abigail for easily more than 3 years.
Oh, yeah.
And it's the final culmination of that storyline, revealing Sister Abigail in whatever form she takes on, nixed. It's got to be nixed or put on hold
for who knows how long.
Because I don't know how they're even going to explain it.
Well, they're not. And that's the beautiful.
Wait, the paranormal demon of Sister Abigail can't be here because she's got meningitis. No,
the mortal vessel can still get mumps. So there you go. It's explained.
Wait, maybe we're going to get AJ. Sister Abigail with his soccer mom haircut.
Let's not do that. Let's not do that. That would make me want to kill myself. But this is where you don't see this happen very often. Because look, this is show must go on mentality. But for the WWE to do something what they've done, this makes me love wrestling. This is the reason why I love it. Because they could have just simply canceled the match or gave it just some oddball opponent. But instead, they went and got one of the biggest names from another brand to come over and take Bray Wyatt's spot to face Finn Balor, who is still being advertised as the Demon. So we're going to get, in one of these matches, we're going to get Finn Balor as the Demon against AJ fucking Styles. It's beautiful. It's gorgeous. But it's not where we end the story. Roman Reigns is the other big name that is not going to be available for the event. So how do you replace Roman Reigns? Well, how about you fucking bring Kurt Angle out of fucking...
It's so much better
It's
than we could have ever imagined. It could have been anyone else. It could have literally been like, you know what? We're gonna you could have fucking brought, I don't know. I mean, you could have brought Taker since Kane's on the other team. That was a fucking rumor for like years and stuff. But instead of just bringing Taker back a bit early, they went, Kurt, fuck it, Kurt. Put your wrestling boots on.
Get in there, Kurt. You wanted to go.
Those times he said he hadn't had a physical yet, he'd fucking had one.
Oh, of course he did.
He's been ready to go for months since he came back.
I love this.
But I mean, it fucking pisses all over the storyline because it's, oh my God, the reunited Shield against the Miz. No, it's the general manager.
Who cares?
The general manager's going to step to resolve this. Like, I want to know how they explain it.
You know what? They kind of already did a little bit because there's been some beef between the Miz and Kurt Angle over the last couple of weeks. There's been disagreeing and all this stuff. So it kind of makes sense from a storyline standpoint that Kurt Angle would be like, okay, I'm stepping in. Miz, shut the fuck up. This is awesome. I don't know if it's brilliant, but it's awesome on so many levels because I wanted to watch TLC. I wanted to watch it. Now I'm not fucking missing it. It's
really... The other day, I looked at the TLC card and I was like, okay, the only titles being defended are the Cruiserweight and the Women's, the Intercontinental title, the Tag titles, and the World, like they're the Intercontinental Champion and the Tag Champions are all in the TLC match.
Right.
Which is that going to be a weird TLC match like the one Bray Wyatt had a few years ago, where it's TLC but with pins and submissions?
It might be. I'm not sure.
There's nothing above the ring as far as I know, which is really fucking weird.
It is really weird.
Not even doing one of these old school matches where it's like, if anyone pins one of the tag champs, then that person gets the tag titles. Or if one of the people pins the Miz, they get the Intercontinental title. Those old fucking unpredictable matches, because that was sick.
Fun, yeah.
Yeah, because you're like, wait, who are they going to make win? Because someone's winning a title. Like, if someone pins Roman, fair enough, but like, they'll get meningitis. That's all they win.
You get the meningitis, you get the mumps there, buddy.
Get the mumps. You win the mumps championship. But then looking at the card, I was like, and obviously the Universal Champion is missing in action. He's not even on the fucking card. Fantastic.
Right.
And then I was like, so this card looks a little bit lackluster. Like, yeah, Mickie James and fucking Alexa Bliss will be a decent match. The TLC match will be fun. I'm not really seeing a lot of like 5-star caliber matches in here though. And then it's like, now we've fucking changed it up. You've got Finn Balor versus fucking AJ.
Oh my God. That's match of the year potential right there.
Have we seen that since they were both on Raw?
I don't think that we have. And what's really, really great about this is that this is something that that they're going to say, go for it. They're going to tell those guys to go fucking insane. Because it's a one-off.
It's like, you know what? You've got no build in this. This can't be shit.
It's a one-off. There's no rematch. Yes. And then on top of that, from a selling standpoint, this is Kurt Angle's first match since 2006 in a WWE ring.
Yeah.
Fuck me sideways. And
first Kurt Angle match in 11 years. The one thing I'm worried about, though, is he's in there. He's not wrestled for a while. Yeah. Like, obviously, he'll be trained at the Performance Center or whatever.
Oh, sure.
He's in there with Braun Strowman. And whilst Braun is the most improved wrestler of 2017, without a shadow of a fucking doubt, he's still maybe not at the right level to be throwing a fucking 50 or whatever year old Kurt Angle around the ring. I want Kurt to stay away from Braun.
Just keep him away.
The Miz can deal with Kurt. I totally trust the Miz with Kurt. Who else is in that 5-way? Kane and Kurt have had loads of matches. They know how to look after each other.
Cesaro,
That's amazing. That's amazing. Can we just say we're going to see Kane versus Kurt Angle in 2017?
Pretty freaking cool. It's kind of cool. What the fuck? Now the only problem is, from a storyline standpoint, Kane makes no sense because Kane's involvement was for Roman, and now it makes no sense at all. But that's okay. It doesn't matter.
Kane is just to stand there like, what?
This is one of those times where it really doesn't matter because, like, you guys have heard me over the years. I'm not a huge fan of Kurt Angle still wrestling at this point in his career. I don't think he's had a good match in a very long time, blah, blah, blah. You've heard me say it before. However, this is fucking awesome. Plain and simple. It's so cool.
This is this Sunday. Fuck me. It's just sinking in.
It's unreal. It's really, really crazy. And so there's a possibility that I might just...
this is Asuka as well.
Oh yeah, I mean, Asuka's against Emma. Yeah.
Fucking hell!
I might live reaction this bitch. because it's just it's one of those moments that I want to be a part of. I want to be a part of Kurt Angle's
music hits and he comes out. He's got to have pyro.
They got to give him the pyro for this. I mean, Jesus Christ.
Fucking pyro.
We're going to see him in the gear, the mouth guard. I mean, it's just going to be nostalgia all over my fucking face, neck, and chest.
I'm grinning like a fucking moron.
Yeah,
like,
it's incredible.
I'm going to scout. I'm going to fucking mark out so fucking hard for Kurt Angle back in a WWE ring.
It's just cool.
It's not like when I was a kid and people would come back and like fucking Bret Hart comes back and it's like, oh, you know, I didn't really, when I was a kid, I didn't really watch Bret Hart that much. I get it that it's cool that he's back and stuff like that. And like, I didn't really watch Kevin Nash in his heyday when I was growing up, but hey, it's cool that Diesel's back for a bit. But when Kurt fucking Angle, someone I was watching face fucking Brock Lesnar in 2002, I believe. I was watching that match as a fucking kid growing up, and now, 10 years later, when I thought he'd never be fucking back, we're going to be watching him wrestle.
It's pretty cool.
11 years later. It's really, I know how people feel now when these fucking people come back from nowhere.
It's so cool. It's a cool thing, and you don't see this happen. You'll see it at the indie level. People will get sick and hurt on the indie level, and they'll bring in other names to replace it. But to see it at the WWE level, it's just fucking cool, man. It really is. And that's basically all I have. Just wanted to get my little excitement out there. Liam, anything that we've missed, anything you want to touch on, anything else? Because this has been a pretty damn action-packed hour and a half of content, I would say.
That, just while we're talking about wrestling, I actually watched an episode of Ring of Honor the other day, and I very much enjoyed it.
Did you get eye cancer from the low production value?
No, do you know what? It was a lot better production value than I expected.
Really?
I mean, I don't know if that's because like the most recent indie promotion I've watched is WCPW, where you can't hear the microphone. But other than that, sorry, Defiant Wrestling.
There you go.
Where the only fucking thing compelling me to watch that now is that Wade Barrett is the GM.
Wade Barrett, bad news. Oh my god.
Stu Bennett.
There you go. My god. But yeah,
Barrett, world champion.
Yeah, Ring of Honor is getting very interesting right now. Yeah, it really is.
It's now exclusive, and to be fair, I thought Cody Rhodes was fine when he left, and I really liked the Stardust character. I fucking brought a Stardust t-shirt. Yeah. I'm one of the few people that liked Stardust, but obviously even Cody fucking didn't. No, he didn't. And when Cody left, I was like, yeah, he's doing great on the indies. He did great. He had a fucking fantastic match in WCPW against Kurt Angle, and it's like one of the best matches I've seen all year.
Really? But I didn't like that, man. Yeah, I didn't. That didn't do it for me.
But but I didn't think Cody was like one of the best there is. But watching his fucking heel-ish promo on Ring of Honor, and then watching him have a match with fucking Cheeseburger, who's their resident like fucking jobber.
Yeah.
I really liked Cody. I was like, wow, this is not the Cody that I know. This is fucking main event Cody.
Yeah. That's what a lot of people seem to be saying about Cody.
Now I get why he's the Ring of Honor World Champion, because he's fucking main event Cody now. I'm coining that phrase now. He is main event Cody. He's fucking good.
I still don't see quite that level, but yeah, fair enough.
He can play some matches. He no longer looks to me like the fucking creator superstar. That's what we used to call him. That's fucking legacy with no fucking knee pads. By the way, any professional wrestlers out there, wear fucking knee pads. If you are a grown man with shaven legs, speaking as a grown man with shaven fucking armpits, right? If you're a grown man with shaven legs, it doesn't look right. It looks a bit weird and rapey if you're not wearing knee pads. If you're wearing a leotard or wrestling trunks and then you just have shoes on, it looks really fucking uncomfortable for everybody watching. Wear a fucking set of knee pads. They probably cost you $15. Go buy a set of knee pads and it will just make your legs look fucking normal.
This is the night of rants. It really is. It's the night of rants. Holy shit.
Don't fucking cut me off. Wrestlers shave their fucking... And that's fine. That's okay. Because fucking, it does whatever. It makes you look fucking whatever. It makes the oil look nice. I don't know. But you need knee pads. You fucking knee pads.
You need the knee pads.
That's all I got to say about that.
Good look. It's the night of rants on Nerd the Jerk. Hopefully you guys have enjoyed it. I've had a fucking hell of a time tonight. It's been...
I'm sorry I overran.
No, you're good, man. I think you may have broke your microphone at some point in the show. you're gonna listen back to it and you're gonna be like, oh fuck, I fucked up my stuff because you've been cutting out for like the last half hour, and it's.
I think I've been breaking it. I think I've been breaking the sensitivity, popping it out.
Yeah, it's been really, really shaky for like the last half hour, but it's still. Hopefully, you guys have enjoyed it tonight. We've had an absolute blast, and we'll be back. Now, when's Comic? Is it next week? Are you going to be here next week?
I won't be back next week. I won't be here next week. I'll be back the week after.
All right, so we'll figure out exactly what we'll do next week in lieu of Nerd and the Jerk. We'll figure something out. Don't really want to.
I look forward to seeing you there. Well, I want to say my English lovelies, but the people are coming from other countries, so I'll see you there. Hell yeah. Go see Anthony Mackie.
Yeah, you're right. And then after you get his autograph and like touch his falcon wings, and fucking go see Ace Train and Liam and the rest of the PokeTuber community.
Go see Anthony Mackie and say, can you sign this from Ace Trainer Liam?
How do you spell your name? Ace. A-C-E. There you go. All right, guys, we'll see you next time right here on Dead on Dave Productions. This was Nerd and Jerk. Hopefully you enjoyed it. Leave a like on the way out. Show a little bit of love. Also, check out our Twitch channels we talked about, because that's the future, bitches. You heard it here first.
Future is now.
The future is now. We'll see you next time. Keep it copious, and remember, as always, if you don't have talent,
have Twitch partnered friends.
Fucking A right. Never more true. And peace. Hey guys, make sure you hit that subscription button. Look at me dance. Look at me dance.